Get out of the way. Good morning, and welcome to the Oath of Office of the City of Orlando. This ceremony for three of our city commissioners, Commissioner Jim Gray, Commissioner Robert Stewart, and Commissioner Regina Hill. Will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. My name is Marcia Hope Goodwin, and I have the honor of serving as the Chief Service Officer and the Director of the Office of Community Affairs in Mayor Buddy Dyer's team. I am pleased to welcome the family members and guests who are here today for this historic event. I would also like to acknowledge the other members of our Orlando City Council that are here today. District 4 Commissioner Patty Sheehan, District 6 Commissioner Bakari Burns. The oath of office ceremony has withstood the test of time, and although its words have gone through many transformations, the significance placed upon it has remained the same. Today's ceremony is an important part of our government process. It lays the foundation for our elected officials to begin, or today to continue, their public service as they pledge to faithfully perform the duties of the office to which they have been elected. At the same time, it gives us the opportunity to recognize and honor them for their willingness to take on the important task of serving our city as they do. Thank you, Commissioners. We will begin our ceremony with an invocation by the Reverend Josh Plant. Reverend Josh is the lead pastor of the Church on the Drive, Commissioner Stewart's church. Reverend Josh.
Would you pray with me? God of all that is seen and unseen, known by many names and many signs throughout this beautiful world, we pause at this moment to invoke your name at this singular celebration, to pray for your blessings upon these chosen leaders and the wonderful people of our lovely city. May the year ahead provide this council and all the other elected leaders the ability to lead with wisdom and with humility, and the ability to confront any challenges that come ahead of them, and to do so in the best interest of Orlando. We pray, God, that they remember the high calling that they have to lead others well, and that they would continue to pledge themselves to the principles that they've outlined before. We ask all of this in the name of the one that is holy and leads humanity. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Josh. At this time, we will begin the oath of office ceremony. Please welcome Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer, who will administer the oath of office to Commissioner Jim Gray, District 1. And joining Commissioner Gray is his wife, Kathy.
Put Bible and raise your right and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jim Gray,
Do solemnly swear
that
that I will support,
protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida
and of the state of Florida
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
domestic or foreign,
domestic or foreign,
and that I will bear true faith,
and I will bear truth, faith,
loyalty, and allegiance to the same,
loyalty, and allegiance to the same,
that I am entitled to hold office
that I am entitled to hold office
under the Constitution,
under the Constitution,
and that I will faithfully perform
and that I will faithfully perform
all of the duties
all of the duties
of the office of City Commissioner District 1
of the office of City Commissioner District 1
of the City of Orlando,
of the City of Orlando,
on which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for coming. You know it's a special day because I have some comments written down, which I never do, as these folks will tell you. And the second reason I know it's a special day is our own Ed Richter's got a suit and tie on, so this is a big, big day. So thank you, Ed. That makes me feel really great. But in the interest of brevity, I've decided to put my comments on the city webpage. So now that's an inside joke, and these folks are laughing. Because for those of you that don't get to council very much, for many years I followed Commissioner Sam Ings. And to say Commissioner Ings is long-winded might be the understatement of the decade. And so as he was wrapping up his comments in council, I would look at the audience and people were dying, and I just said, I can't do it to them. So I would just go to my webpage. But I know Sam's doing well, so a little joke. So I hope he'll understand. But Commissioner Burns is staying on target very well. So if I start using that line again, you better check in. But I'll be brief, but there's a couple thank yous in order. First, Mayor, thank you very much for doing the honors. The mayor's done it for me. This is the fourth time. The first three were free. This one I think is going to cost me a couple of bucks, so I don't know. Maybe I'm good for it, but thank you, sir, very much. Also like to thank the residents of District 1. They've been encouraging, supporting. 2 out of 3 voters in District 1 said, hey, we're on the right track, so let's keep that going. So I want to thank them for always challenging me to make District 1 in the city better. So thanks to the folks of District 1. I'd like to thank my wife, Kathy. She's a great Bible holder. But in addition to that, she's been very supportive, and I appreciate your cooperation and letting me do this. She's probably the happiest person in the building because for the next 4 years, I'll be doing HOA meetings out of the house. So she's probably quite happy. Trey Evers, I don't know if Trey is here. There he is in the back. Trey of Consensus Communication. 9 years ago, I met Trey, had absolutely no idea how to do campaigning, elections. Trey kind of guided me through that. So Trey, thank you very much for doing what you could with a limited skill set. Thank you, you did quite well. I'd like to thank my District 1 team, led by Diane Wilhelm. No, you got to stand up. Yes, you do. And I'm going to clap for you if nobody else does. Diane is fabulous, and so she kind of leads the team. Also, Jennifer Wagner, who could not be here today, does our social media. And a guy that's been with me from day one, my police liaison officer, Officer Edgar Malave. Where is he? There he is, always in the corner. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you, Diane. People ask me sometimes, how do you balance a job in the private sector with your responsibilities as commissioner? It's simple. I just say, Diane, Jennifer, Edgar, and it works. So thank you guys very much for doing that. Also like to thank my fellow council members. I know you care deeply about this city, and I thank you for your commitment to make Orlando the best it can be. We've got some big decisions coming up, and they don't seem to get any easier. But from my view, this council has continually demonstrated a mindset to accept everyone's input before we make decisions. And while there's always winners and losers, I think it's important we allow people to have their say, be engaged, and be heard. And I think this council does that quite well. So I look forward to continue to serve with each and every one of you. Thank you. My final thanks go to the city staff, a very talented group of people, and they're committed to serving our residents. I know sometimes, staff, I ask way too many questions and challenge some of your decisions, but I do that because I want us to be the best we can be. And so that won't stop. I'm going to still challenge your decisions and have you focus on reaching your potential. But I don't know, sometimes an overbearing commissioner can help that process. So thank you for your understanding with me as we go through our decision-making process. So I look forward to another 4 years. There's a lot of really good things we've got going on in the city. And you can start at one end and go to the other. I look at Commissioner Stewart. He's got 2 big projects coming up in his district. Rose Arts is one. I know that was very controversial, but in my view, when it's all said and done, Rose Arts will be very accretive to the Rosemont area and our city. So thank you for kind of overseeing that. And also the packing district. The packing district is going to bring some economic energy to a part of the town that really needs it. So good luck with that. You come down through the city, there's a lot of neat things happening in our city. We've got some challenges, but we're working on those. And then you come out to a little place called the southeast part of town called Lake Nona. And it continues to explode, and it's becoming a major employment center. And I'm not sure everybody realizes that, but in addition to the airport, where we employ a lot of people, we've got a lot of other companies moving in. Listen to some of these names: KPMG, U.S. Tennis Association, Simcom, Nemours Children's Hospital, BBA Aviation, HCA, Beep Autonomous Vehicles, Verizon, Johnson & Johnson, Lilium Aviation, and finally the Walt Disney Company. All those folks are in the city of Orlando. And as I tell myself and share with you, those companies have options, they have choices. And there's a reason they're picking Orlando. And it's because we're not perfect, but we're a lot better than most. And we're going to keep working on it, making it better. But thank you all so much for your support, and I look forward to the next 4 years. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Commissioner Gray, and we look forward to your continued leadership. Thank you. Mayor Dyer will now administer the oath of office for Commissioner Robert F. Stewart. Commissioner Stewart is joined by his wife, Ann, and their family.
Okay, you got that right. You guys can move right here in the center if you'd like. Okay. I state your name.
I, Robert Stewart,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the government of the United States
and the government of the United States
and of the state of Florida
and of the state of Florida
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
domestic or foreign,
domestic or foreign,
and that I'll bear true faith,
and I'll bear true faith,
loyalty, and allegiance
loyalty, and allegiance
to the same,
to the same.
and that I am entitled to hold office
And I am entitled to hold office
under the Constitution,
under the Constitution,
and that I will faithfully perform
and I'll faithfully perform
all of the duties
all of the duties
of the office of City Commissioner
of the office of
District
City Commissioner, District 3
3 of the City of Orlando,
of the city of Orlando,
on which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Good morning. It is always uncomfortable to follow Jim Gray. I had the honor of doing that now for 10 years, I guess, or longer. And so everything Jim said, I said, now you can just laugh at what he said. And it was just consider it just, we're okay. And in conclusion, let me say the following. That's what Mayor His Honor used to say, always start with the conclusion, and that way people will actually pay attention. Let me say first, I'm so honored to serve. This is a labor of love. It is an opportunity to give back to my community. It's an opportunity to honor the legacy that my parents have given me. It's an honor to do all of that. And I am so grateful for that. I have some thank yous to say. First of all, Mayor, thank you. Mayor has sworn me in 5 times now. and I'm so honored to serve alongside you, and especially this council. It's a good team. And there are people around the cities and around the state that are envious of the fact that we have a good team together. And Jim has said exactly correctly. We can disagree, but we choose not to be disagreeable. And that's the best part about governing and what you ought to be doing in governing. Let me say thank you to my family, my wife and Mary Beth and Robert and their kids. They were the best campaigners I've ever seen in my whole life. The good news is when you raise grandchildren, they get a chance to raise them as campaigners. And so I had them stopping and singing songs in the street to people as they stopped by one of our events. It was great to do that. I want to say thank you to my siblings. Barbara's here representing my family, who are all active and involved and engaged and have been wonderful in terms of trying to help support me and to provide, as we have in our family, good, sound advice, knowing that your goals are the same and you can accomplish a great deal. I want to say thanks to my campaign team, John Dallas, Michelle Bergstein, Billy Whelan, who's here, Tony Zelinsky is here, Susan Palencia, my nephew, Jacob Stewart. I'm not sure Jacob Jr. made it or not. These were people who I had a chance to bounce off ideas literally every day. And I'm so grateful for their honesty and their frankness, their candor, but also their support. That's what we have in our community. I want to also thank our Orlando firefighters and Orlando Police Department for their support. I couldn't have done it without them. I want to thank our city staff. Those, as Jim said, what happens is that when you get together and work in this environment, you need to have a good, strong staff. I get a chance to honor one particular person who's been with me from the very beginning. I want to say thank you publicly to Jessica and the work that she does. So stand up, Jessica. Yes, you are. Along with Jessica, Maria, who will be taking her place, Kevlon Kirkpatrick, I'm not sure Kevlon's here, but DeCarlos Hill, who's our new liaison officer, Sergeant Steve Smith, who is a liaison officer and has now been promoted, and the chief has taken him away from me. Thank you, Chief. I appreciate that a lot. And then some others who are very important, Amethyst Rodriguez and Bree Fashini. Thank you very much for your constant support, not of me, but of what we have said that we're going to do is support our community. This job is a relatively simple job, I will tell you, in that it is, we do a lot of work, but we are involved in two things. We're involved in public policy making and advocacy. And everything boils down to those two things. And if we don't keep our eye on the ball, we tend to get involved, in my opinion, involved in management. And that's not the job of the city council. Our council is to represent who supports us. I want to thank our electors who have placed their confidence in me for the fifth time. That means a lot to me. I've left out some people, I'm sure. City staff, who I think is the best staff in the world. Thank you, Kevin, for your leadership and the staff. Thank you for our legal team and Heather and the work that y'all do. Chris McCullion, we have, Mayor, you have gathered a wonderful staff, and you ought to be congratulated. The best part about staff is you get good staff and you let them do their job, and you've accomplished that well. And I think our citizens are better served because of what you have done, Mayor. Thank you very much. Commissioner Hill is right. I did this. Sorry, Regina, we've done this before. Commissioner Gray was right. Next 4 years are going to be important years, especially in District 3. We open up a regional park. We haven't done that for probably 25 years. It's going to end up being a real anchor to the northwest side. I'm so excited about that. We have two major projects that are going to be transformational. These are projects that come across really once in a generation. And that is the work on Edgewater Drive and the work on Corrine, Virginia. Those two projects that move forward will change our dynamic really for the course of the next generation. And I'm excited about being involved in that. We have a lot of local parks issues that we're trying to address. The mayor has been very successful in trying to create community. We still want to accomplish that same task along the work that we do. And I'm so grateful for that. The challenge that we have as the commissioners is the shepherding of these projects. And I think that when we have a good team together and we have a good experience level, we know where we want to go and how we want to accomplish to get there. I think we can do that in a way that honors our oath and honors our citizens. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to say a few words. I am so grateful for what y'all have placed, the confidence you've placed in me. So thank you very much.
Congratulations again, Commissioner Stewart, and thank you for your servant leadership. Please join me now in welcoming Reverend William Bell Coleman Smith, who will administer the oath of office for Commissioner Regina Hill. Commissioner Regina I. Hill is joined by her uncle, Vernon Simpkins, and grandson, Hector Rodriguez.
I,
State your name.
Regina I. Hill,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and
protect, and
defend the
defend
Constitution and government
the Constitution and
of
government
the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida
and of the state of Florida
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
domestic
domestic
or foreign,
or foreign,
and that I will bear true faith,
that I will bear true faith,
loyalty,
loyalty,
and allegiance
and
to the
allegiance
same,
to the same,
and that I am entitled
that I am
to
entitled
hold office
to hold office
under the Constitution,
under the Constitution,
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
perform all the duties
to perform all the duties
of the office
of
of
the-
the city
of the duties of the city
commissioner,
commissioner,
District 5,
District 5
of the city of Orlando,
of the city of
on
Orlando,
which I am about to enter.
of which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. And good morning. Good morning. It's a great day in the city. You know, I was a little concerned there. I was almost about to shed a tear because Orlando has grown so much. And I come from a little small town called Tavares, Florida. And my uncle is from there and he stays there. And the town has grown so much to where he's been circling the block for about an hour trying to find his way to City Hall. But he made it. Thank God for Wayfinders. You know, I'm just so delighted this morning to be here. And there is a group of people prior to me talking about why I'm so excited. I want to acknowledge. And of course, for the third time, Willie Bell Coleman has committed the oath of office for me. But I would say probably close to 30 years ago, she is the woman that gave me a chance off the rolls of welfare after the Orlando Magic gave me a job. And I had some bumps and bruises. And I remember over there at Orlando Regional Memorial, going in, wanting to be a home health aide and a CNA to empty bedpans. I just wanted a chance. And I took pride in that. And they said, I don't know. You know, I got some pearly whites now, but I had a grill back then. I remember Dana Wynn that stayed on Lake Orlando that became my mentor, medical social worker, said, Regina, you're a really smart girl and you're pretty. Why you got all that jewelry in your mouth? And so with all that jewelry in my mouth and a few little scrapes, they saw something in me, Mayor, over at Orlando Regional, and Gary Singleton and Willie Bell. And they gave me a chance, and they hired me, and now here I stand before you. So I say that to say I thank each and every one of you all I'd like to thank my staff, Jacqueline Cockerham, that's still working right there on live. My loyal and supportive friend and friend to this district, Officer Richard Patterson from OPD, my brother, another comrade. Many have came through the ranks and have gone on and done great things throughout the community. But there's a young man that I especially want to acknowledge that came on my team, and I believe Mayor, I've seen him working with Mayor's last election. I saw something in this young man, and I said, I want to give him a chance. And he done a phenomenal job leading this campaign in such a professional way, and I think he is the youngest campaign manager in the city of Orlando with a win. Connor, can you still stand up? Work day and night for us. So with that being said, it has been an amazing 8 years. Together we have been able to accomplish so much. Affordable housing, community gardens, road and infrastructure improvements. We have created opportunities such as apprenticeship programs, on-the-job training, new construction jobs throughout many of our capital improvement programs, and an ecosystem of education here in District 5 of cradle to career. We have provided diverse and vibrant community programs to enrich the lives of our seniors and youth. Programs that taught STEM, fencing, karate, music, recording, urban farming, and the list continues to grow on and on. When COVID came like a thief in the night, we were responsive. We acted with compassion. We led the way to ensure safety of our seniors and most vulnerable population. Yes, they were addressed by this council and the leadership of this mayor. At the height of the country's cry for justice, we learned to lean forward, listen, and create solutions for the greater good. Yes, together we have been doing the work. And yes, the work continues. There have been people who have worked beside me and with me. I could not have done this work all by myself in a silo. Yes, I have had help. So thank you, Mayor, my colleagues, city staff, and vendors, and the community for supporting me, our vision, our goals over the last 8 years. Most of all, I want to thank Poppy for being an amazing grandson, standing in as my date and bodyguard at times, being my perpetual sounding board and my most sincere critic. There's nothing like having a 9-year-old critique your best outfit. Yes, it has been an amazing journey, but I will say our best is yet to come. Because the work must continue. People are still in need. Businesses are still in need. There's a small contingency, can't forget them, that would have you believe that the city, the mayor, and the commissioners with whom I serve have done nothing for the people. I say today, that's the big lie. The city beautiful has continued to grow, prosper, and thrive. And I know we're thriving because there are signs of a thriving city. We have strategic public-private partnerships with organizations such as Lift Orlando, Orlando Magic, Orlando City Soccer, Advent Health, Orlando Health, many of our community activists, and the list goes on and on about the collaboration of this public-private partnership here in the city of Orlando. We have a bustling and beautiful downtown with businesses and people. We have top colleges and universities now here in District 5 and in the city of Orlando that contribute to the work and to us to produce students that work with us to produce students equipped for success. We have incubators from tech to small businesses. These are the signs of a thriving city. Yes, that is us, Orlando. That is who we are. We are thriving, but we still have work to do. So when folks ask what's next, what is meant by the work continues, well, for me, that means I plan to go harder for the constituents of this city and District 5, for which I love. That means more affordable housing. That means job programs. That means streetscapes. That means infrastructure. That means economic development, small and large. That means programs for our children and our seniors and our most vulnerable. That means support and resources to address mental health and substance abuse. And that also means addressing the needs of those experiencing homelessness. That is my focus, to do the things that matter most at even a higher level than before, and to tell the story of how great we are as a city united. Why is that important? Because we have to move forward together, united, working towards the same goal of sustaining and growing the city we all love. Together. Together. Yes, together. So I'll leave you with these words from our National Poet Laureate, Amanda Gorman. The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. And the norms and the notions of what just isn't always justice. And yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black girl, descended from slaves and raised by a single mother, can dream of becoming Orlando City Commissioner. That's me. And I thank you, the people, for allowing that dream to come true for me and my family. And I vow to give this job all that I have so that we can continue to thrive and live up to the name, the City Beautiful. The work continues. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations again, Commissioner Hill, thank you for your continued servant leadership. Again, I would like to take a moment to congratulate all three of our commissioners and wish them well in their next term. Please join me. And thank you, everyone, for being here to be with us for this oath of office. It is a tradition in our city and one that we value and treasure, and for supporting the leadership of our outstanding elected officials, all of them here today. And at this time, I'm looking around the room just to make sure that our colleague and faith leader is here, but he is. I'm April, thank you. Pastor Gray, we would like to invite you, Pastor Terence Gray, to come up to give our closing prayer and our benediction. Thank you, Pastor Gray.
Drop this pen earlier, but-
Thank you, sir.
Jim and I have the same last name. It's called Gray. But I promise you I will not talk as long as Jim. I don't get an opportunity to punch Jim that often, but I do when I do get a chance, I want to take my shots, and I do appreciate you. Further, I do want to let you know that this year the team in planning made it a point for me not to have a cleanup, because the last time that I prayed for Bakari and Tony Ortiz, I messed up and I called somebody else's name at the wrong time. But I got the names today, Patty. It is Jim, it's Stewart, and Regina. Now, Jim, what's your, let me make sure I got it. Jim, Robert, Regina. I know, I was realizing I was calling your last name and not your first name, but I want to call you Christian name. Your last name is Gray now, Stewart. I'll remember that next time we go to coffee. Mr. Mayor, thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to be here. It's always an honor. Let's talk to the Lord. God, we come to you humbly on this day, recognizing and realizing 3 people have been in battle. They've been trying to present their case and their cause to the public, and they had opposition. There were voices that were dissenting, that were offering another plan and perspective for what could possibly happen in this city we call beautiful. Yet we're grateful that the people did have a chance to survey the land and observe the options, and have chosen to allow Jim Gray, to allow Robert Stewart, and to allow Regina Hill to once again serve in the capacity of city commissioners for this place that we've come to love, appreciate, value, and enjoy. Now, we could be focusing on the battle and get stuck, but there's too much work that's ahead. COVID is still real. People are still hungry. The homeless is rising. There are students that are now without teachers because teachers are going home and leaving the school classroom. Bus drivers are in great demand, and servicing and advocating the people, while it is the job of the city commissioner, God, they're going to need some undergirding and some support. Thank you for our mayor, and thank you for this commissioners, but give them vision and insight for possibilities that they have not yet even fathomed or understood. I give them to you. Once again, I give them into your care and ask your blessings upon the works of their hands. I further pray for their families that will sacrifice time for them to do the assignments of the people. Bless their families, undergird their families, and keep them. And finally, now unto him, who I'm still glad to tell you is able to keep us all from falling, who one day will present us all faultless to the only wise God, our Father. To him be all glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both now and forevermore, we pray. Thank God, and amen.
Thank you, Pastor Gray. And Pastor Gray is pastor of St. Mark AME Church, and we appreciate that blessing. This concludes our oath of office ceremony, and we hope that you will be able to join us on the 9th floor in the Fairview Room right here in City Hall for a reception to honor our 3 city commissioners and all of you. So thank you for joining us, and we are done. Have a great day. Stay safe.